Night 1 of the draft just went down on this week's SmackDown, so we're talking all about it, a lot of backstage news, a lot of WWE and AEW news and rumors to catch up to, so make sure to hit those notifications and let's dive right into it. And let's start off with some of the backstage news on the WWE draft and more NXT call-ups that we could be seeing on Night 2. PW Insider ended up answering one of the questions that we always wonder, and that is, when does WWE superstars find out that they are getting drafted? Well, for this year seems a bit different than previously. PW Insider indicated that the talents that were switching brands were told shortly before the announcements were made, so they were not fully surprised or caught off guard. In previous years, WWE would not tell their wrestlers until it actually happens on TV, just to get more of a genuine reaction from them. But unfortunately, that reaction nowadays is almost irrelevant because it's not like WWE has a camera in the locker room giving us those wrestlers' reaction, which is unfortunate because they should bring that gimmick back. That really added an extra element of surprise to the draft. Some extra news coming out of this Night 1 of the draft. We did have Hit Row Top Dollar defeating Cedric Alexander in a dark match before the live broadcast of SmackDown. One name that is being talked about right now and that could possibly be getting called up or drafted on Monday night is LA Knight. Madman Andrew Sarian ended up indicating that he is someone that WWE is looking at right now and that there has been talk of him getting moved up to the main roster. Considering that Night 1 did include NXT superstars, the whole Hit Row faction, and Austin Aries, I could see Night 2 including a couple of more superstars in that list. And a quick recap of everybody who was drafted just in case you guys missed it. On round 1 for SmackDown, we got Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair, and for Monday Night Raw, we got Big E and Bianca Belair. On round 2 for SmackDown, we got Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, and for Raw, we had Randy Orton and Matt Riddle and Edge getting drafted. On round 3, SmackDown got Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss and NXT Hit Row, while Monday Night Raw got Rhea Ripley, Nikki Almost a Superhero, and Keith Bearcat Lee. For round 4, SmackDown got Naomi and Jeff Hardy, while Monday Night Raw got Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and NXT's Austin Theory. Something a bit unexpected throughout the night was that Brock Lesnar ended up announcing that because of Paul Heyman, he is now a free agent, meaning that he could show up wherever he wants. So as of right now, Brock Lesnar is not expected to get drafted on Night 2, and it seems like they're just gonna keep it like this just to have the freedom to use Brock Lesnar however it is that they want to after he faced off against Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Previous reports indicated that some way somehow Roman Reigns is expected to keep the title and that Brock and Roman will have another match after that, which could be safe for maybe the Royal Rumble or even maybe WrestleMania again, depending what WWE has planned for Roman at Mania. Whether things work out with The Rock or not, or if they go a different direction. Nothing is known just yet, but keeping Brock as a free agent is a smart idea so that they could put him wherever when the time is right and depending on what it is that they want to do. But of course, we got more superstars getting drafted before that Night 2 on Monday Night Raw. As we are recording this at WWE, via Talking Smack revealed 18 more superstars that have been drafted. SmackDown is going to be getting the following 6 superstars, starting off with NXT superstar Aaliyah, followed by Drew Gulak, Maze, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, and Tony Storm. And yes, it looks like they broke up another team. T-Bar and Maze are no more. And as we see for Monday Night Raw, they're getting a bit more because of course the rule that SmackDown is 2 hours while Monday Night Raw is 3 hours, so they need more superstars. They get an extra pick for every 2 that SmackDown gets. Drafted to Raw, we got a Reggie, the 24/7 champion, Akira Tozawa, Alpha Academy, which counts for 2, so I guess it's not 18, it's 19 instead. Clearly, I got too excited and didn't count correctly. Apollo Crews and Commander AC, Doudrop, Drake Maverick, John Morrison, T-Bar, Nia Jax, R-Truth, and Selena Vega. What are you guys' thoughts on these superstars getting getting drafted? Let me know down in the comments below. Not much of a surprise, but we did got Becky Lynch going on social media and basically explaining why certain other superstars was drafted ahead of her and why she wasn't drafted at all in night one. Becky played off the gimmick, which was actually great, tweeting out that the man is not eligible to be picked onto Monday Night Raw. I wanted to give people more time to put money on the table. Considering that a Charlotte Flair was moved to SmackDown, now SmackDown got two women's champion, it is expected for Becky Lynch to get drafted to Monday Night Raw. But WWE is really not forced to do that, because at the Crown Jewels pay-per-view, Becky is gonna have to defend that title against Bianca Belair, who is on Monday Night Raw, and against Sasha Banks, who hasn't been drafted yet, meaning that Bianca could win the title and Becky could still stay on SmackDown, or Sasha Banks could win the title and the same thing could be going down. So the decision that they make on the draft is gonna be very interesting, and likely the winner of this triple threat match is going to be someone who ends up on Monday Night Raw. Something that you might have missed on SmackDown this week, we had two AEW superstars being mentioned during the Edge and Seth Rollins segment. This was a really cool reference, as it actually adds to the storyline and to the real life aspect of it. So as we got to see, we had Edge going out to the ring to confront Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins was nowhere to be found. It was revealed that he was actually not on SmackDown, he was at Edge and Beth Phoenix, North Carolina home. This prompted Edge to run to the backstage to, I guess, get his cell phone. Edge told his wife, who was doing grocery shopping, that Seth Rollins was at their home, so to not go there, to instead go to her brother's house. He then told her that Daniel and David are on the way, as they live close by. This was a reference to AEW tag team FTR. David is the real first name of Dax Harwood, and Daniel is Cash Wheeler. Dax played into the reference, tweeting out that he is gonna be going over there right now to beat his ass, to beat Seth Rollins. It has been well documented that FTR are very close friends with Edge. They were actually a big part of Edge returning to action, as they were two of the guys that kept a secret and continued to train with Edge and get him in shape before returning from retirement. Edge was also a big part of FTR getting a spot in WWE. So everything is well connected, and this was a really good reference. I'm surprised WWE even greenlighted it. Maybe Vince McMahon was okay with it. Some extra AEW news, of course, next week's episode is gonna be stacked. And following AEW Rampage, we ended up learning two more competitors are going to be part of the Casino Ladder match. Tony Khan revealed that there will be a Joker, there will be a big surprise in it, and we had Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy being added to it, now joining Pac, Andrade El Idolo, Jon Moxley, and Lance Archer in it. Quick results for this week's SmackDown, besides the drafted superstars, because we already discussed that, but the show started off with Roman Reigns, and he was confronted by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar took him to Suplex City, especially taking the Uso all the way to Suplex City. We had Madcap Moss helping Happy Corbin steal a win against Kevin Owens, and I hope Kevin Owens gets drafted to Raw, because right now he needs a switch. We had Seth Rollins invading Edge home. There was no violence here, as Beth Phoenix and the kids weren't home. We had Liv Morgan versus Mask Carmella, ending in a no contest, and she's really gonna be wearing that mask from now on, huh? We had the Street Profit and the New Day defeating Alpha Academy, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. And for the main event, we had Sasha Banks defeating Bianca Belair in one-on-one competition. Before the show went off the air though, the newly drafted SmackDown superstar and Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair ended up attacking Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. The show then went off the air with Charlotte and Becky Lynch both raising their titles. During this main event match, Becky Lynch was on commentary. So that is what went down on this week's SmackDown and some of the latest WWE and AEW news. If you guys enjoyed or found it informative, don't forget to elbow drop it and hit those notifications. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.